All right. Welcome to the Blunt Lab. I'm Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Sean, Rick, and Julian. What's going
What
on,
up? What up? What
fellas?
up?
What's up, Paul? I missed that noise. That
Happy
sound.
Sunday, Monday.
Good.
This
I'm
is
good to be back.
Welcome
this is
back,
another
Sean.
live
Welcome
edition.
back.
We're giving this another whirl. So welcome.
I'm here to
For
make
those who
love
are
to you,
joining
brother.
us. Now, hey, before we jump into some of the fun things, we're back at it again with the school shootings. We got one in Georgia,
Yeah, man.
and apparently there was one in Baltimore yesterday.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, some new shit I saw popping up. It's just like, fuck, man. School just fucking started, and here we go.
Well, I guess, yeah, it is tough to have them during the summer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, how do you feel about all this stuff? I mean, are we desensitized yet? Do we care? I mean,
I think we should stop feeding people drugs. I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh man, like yeah, no,
that's a deep hole we can get into.
Part of me is completely apathetic. I mean, not apathetic, but very sympathetic to what's going on, and that sucks. And if I was if I was a parent with kids in school right now, I'd be terrified. But the other side of me, the conspiracy theorist, says, well, it is an election year, so there is that, and there is, they're still fighting on laws on that. So I'll leave it at that.
I'm glad you brought up the election year stuff because it was kind of going to jump into the other shit that I was going to bring up, which is the Venezuelan gang situation, if you will, the Venezuelan migrants, if you will.
It's starting to get pretty fucking crazy down there. Keep it real.
So they're saying, because they were saying that these gangs literally went Nino Brown / New Jack City, took over an apartment building, took over apartments, had people walking up on the rooftops with machine guns or whatever the case may be. But then you're hearing word from folks from Aurora that are saying that, yeah, none of that shit's really going on. It's just the media trying to hype something.
Julian's background is really fucking. It's really like distracting me right now. You need to turn that shit off.
I'm still trying to get used to that shit.
Where's the Venezuelan gang activity? Where's that at? What state is
that?
until they go back
well, this one, the first one was in Aurora. They were saying that they took over the buildings there and that the cops weren't doing shit. And then you were hearing shit all over social media that Hell's Angels were on their way up there to go handle it and blah, blah, blah.
No,
but again,
that's all propaganda. That's all propaganda. Yeah. What I'm seeing / reading, hearing is that a lot of what we're getting fed is more of like a this is about to happen to you. This is a warning. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it is bullshit. Basically, what's happened down there is they devalued their currency. And that's what it boils down to. So it's like the government doesn't exist there. That's a way for me to word it. So
and the migrants,
for you to
say, some of the migrants
that
are here were released from prison over there and
correct.
were literally sent over here.
There's
no
political figure controlling it anymore, Al. That's what's going on. So the people in the prisons are getting let go. There is no government entity running the show. That's what's happening.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Venezuela where they had that big rife with it was Maduro and the people were fighting against Maduro because the country was in such strife? Was that? Do you guys remember anything about that a couple years back?
I
want to say about it, not too much.
Because he was sticking around as an elected official even though he had lost the election or something like that. There was some kind of turmoil. So I'm wondering if this is the evolution of that.
Now I will say this: whatever they're saying is going on in Aurora, I can't, confirm. But they were getting riled up at their little refugee camps, if you will, here in New York. They were attacking cops out here in New York. There's word that they're trying to do that shit in Chicago.
That's what I was gonna say. I heard about the Chicago situation.
Yeah, but in Chicago.
Yeah, this cat was talking about it, like how they just took over this building And then, like, I guess some of the gangs in Chicago were like, "Yeah, we don't play
Yeah, they're
that."
not having
So,
it. They're not having it. They're
Well,
not having it.
and I was in Chicago for a short time. I didn't live there or anything, so I won't speak to that. But when I was in Chicago, I heard that there's a lot of reasons why you don't get a lot of protests and things like that. You don't get a lot of that kind of activity in Chicago because Chicago PD does not play. They really don't fuck around. So, I mean,
they
if it's
can't
not
afford
the
to.
gangs that are going to get you, Chicago PD is going to go in there and fuck them up.
Oh yeah.
They can't afford to. They can't afford to play any kind of games. Like, they call it
No,
Chicago
man.
for a reason.
Yeah, Chicago, from what I understand, CPD puts their foot down and they let it be known that they're in the area. They're a very, very strong force up there.
Mm-hmm.
And if not them, and even if they don't step up, I'll let you know right now. The Mexican gangs aren't having it. The black gangs up there aren't having it. And if it means for them, like in Chicago, if it means for them having to unite to take care of that kind of a problem, they will. Now, as far as Aurora, I don't know how true what they're saying in Aurora. You know, I can't speak on that. I can't speak on the shit that happened in New York, where those guys were going crazy at the camps, attacking one another, attacking other folks. But then there's talk about them fucking posing as Amazon workers and like
Oh, I've seen a few videos of that. Yep.
bum
Wow.
rushing your house, like
Yep.
public service
Literally having
announcement.
vests on and everything, like delivery, and then just fucking
If
robbing
Amazon is
people.
delivering, whether it's the guys that drive the Amazon truck or Amazon flex drivers, they don't need to knock on your door and they don't need your signature
Right. Know that
unless you
people.
add. So you need to know that. Now FedEx and UPS, I can't speak much on that, but as far as Amazon, they don't need you to fucking sign anything. So if you see an Amazon dude knocking at your door, wanting an autograph,
Something's
or
up.
so he or she is saying something's up. So you should, if you're going to be dumb enough to open the door, make sure your gun is in hand, the bullet is in the chamber. That way, the second they start the bum rush, you shoot them in the
Cock
fucking
block's ready to
face.
rock.
I mean, that's the solution. Opening up the door, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's some shit to that. That's another one of those like
That
makes you
fear
scratch your
mongering,
head.
yeah. All that bullshit. But hey, I know I've been teasing the toxic masculinity thing.
You're a
We'll
toxic
get to that. We'll get to that as soon. I'm on the road, so there's some videos that I need to use for that particular topic.
A lot's been said
So
about it.
once I get to the home office, we'll definitely be discussing that. So on a lighter note, sports is back. Sports.
Quit teasing me. Quit teasing me. Quit teasing me.
Hey, y'all see my background? Big upset today. Big upset today. Big upset today. Come on.
What happened today? What happened today? Oh
Oh,
yeah,
we
the Dolphins.
locked up the Bengals. Yeah, y'all came back too. Good shit. Good shit. The
And also,
Giants.
we're
Oh,
You know what? There's no
the
need to
while we're
bring. You
here,
know
while
what?
we're here
All right.
talking, while we're here talking shit, what happened with Saquon, y'all? Like,
I'm glad you did that, Julian. Because we'll just get the frustration the fuck up out the way right now. We're just gonna get
yeah,
this
y'all
up
getting rid of
out the way right
Saquon was
now.
kind of crazy. But I
But
get it. He
you
was
see,
injured every damn year. But of course, y'all get rid of him. He about to
it's
spaz
not
and not
even.
get
It's
hurt.
not even that. It's I said it a couple of episodes ago where the Giants organization showed that they didn't care about Saquon when they gave the prankster Daniel Jones that fat contract. All right. What the fuck has Daniel Jones done for you compared to, even though Saquon's been hurt? Because Daniel Jones has been hurt too, and you still gave that
I'd
motherfucker
still
money.
keep
You still,
Saquon over Daniel Jones, even if he is hurt. I swear I would.
how many
What the
touchdowns did he
hell?
score?
I didn't even. I don't know.
This is like
0, 1.
three or four in this
Oh,
past
Daniel
game.
Jones.
Oh
Oh,
no, not Daniel, Saquon.
Saquon.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. It was 3. Yeah.
And Daniel Jones,
oh
what did he
yeah,
do?
Saquon got 3. Saquon got 3.
And what did Daniel Jones do? Not a
Nothing.
fucking thing. And it's not even his fault because they talked about all this money spent on getting some of these defensive players. Now, when I started watching the game, I was watching Dexter, Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Those guys were not being double teamed. They were not getting any kind of pressure.
That's crazy as hell.
And then they said they made moves on the offensive line. They made a few moves on the offensive line to help a little bit. Daniel Jones got his ass whooped again today.
No, that's his fault though.
Bad.
I watched that.
It's
whole
not
game.
even like.
I watched the whole game. The defense was playing well. They were on the field half the damn game, or more than half of the game. Like, Dexter Lawrence had a really solid game. Burns and Thibodeau, I mean, it is what it is. But when you're on the field 75% of the game, like, that's what it is. Bro, there were numerous times that Daniel Jones had a clean pocket and decided to do the wrong thing.
Oh, of course.
Throw these interceptions.
The interception to that former Miami player, like, dude, you looked the clown right in his fucking face, bro, and threw him the ball.
The second one where he threw it straight to Harrison Smith, like,
Will Levis did a dumbass play like that too.
Like, it was fourth down, so I get it, but like at the same time, his thing is he can't process. And he can't, and he doesn't look people off. Like, he's telegraphing what he's going to do, and people know it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the additions, it is what it is. Like, this week one, I mean, everybody kind of knew the Giants weren't going to be shit this year anyway. But Daniel Jones, he's terrible. He's been terrible for a while. Now, with the Saquon thing.
Shut up. You're an undercover Philly lover anyway.
No, I'm saying, like, for whether right or wrong, the positional value is what they were looking at. Now,
positional value. He won the game for them, Marcus.
I completely understand that, but he has an actual quarterback back there too. You have to respect Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. We never surrounded Saquon with that kind of stuff. And number two, when you look at the way that what they came from in Buffalo, like, they passed the ball, Now, obviously, they made the wrong choice by giving Daniel Jones the contract over Saquon. But at the same time, if you're not going to give him the infrastructure to succeed, fuck it, let him go be somewhere else. Because he's been here 6 years, and you haven't given him any help. And, like, the help you did have, you traded away in Odell. You ran Eli out.
As Giants fans, I respect your position.
But, like, I don't think they did the right thing. But I understand, like I said, whether right or wrong, I understand that mindset that I need a quarterback over a running back. But some cats are transcending of their position. Like, I'm not saying Saquon is this, but like Barry Sanders or like a Deion Sanders or Jerry Rice. Like, if you have that dude, you keep that dude.
Williams.
And you build, Ricky Williams, Dan Marino, like dudes that are that guy, you keep them and you just build. But they've shown for the 6 years that he was here, they clearly didn't know how to do that.
No.
So, hey, good for Saquon, man. And like I said, it's only week one. I honestly, like, as a Giants fan, we're picking top 5 next year. For sure. I've been saying that the whole offseason. We're going to be getting a new quarterback next year. Malik Neighbors looks the part. Dude looked fine to me. But he wasn't even, like, targeting him the same, like, the way he should have. Like, it's a Daniel Jones thing. Like, the play calling could have been better. The defense was fine.
And did you see his face? Did you see his face after he threw that? What's that former Miami defender that he threw the guy that hurt him last year? Yeah, there you go. Did you see the face when Daniel Jones
the guy
took
from Minnesota?
Off his
You talking about Van Ginkel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like Eli used to have this face.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see Daniel Jones.
But even with Eli, you knew that, like, given an opportunity, like,
he'll make up for it. Yeah, he'll make up for it. Daniel Jones has not proven that, which is why I don't.
Overreaction or not, I'd start Tommy DeVito at this point. Like, we already know what Daniel Jones is. He's ass. That's what that is.
You go get a new quarterback.
Oh yeah, we don't
need to play lock because we already know what lock has to offer.
Exactly.
Give Danny DeVito Jr. a shot. Let him play some ball. Let him get some reps.
The way you call him that. No, the way you call him Danny DeVito Jr. though.
Like put a QB in there that understands that I got a number one option that I need to find him. Because there were plays like a few of these plays. Wandale Robinson's cool. I like him a lot. But there were a few plays where he's like literally hikes the ball and he's looking right at where he's going to throw it because he doesn't go through reads. He's just like, oh, this is the play. I'm going to go to this guy. Malik Neighbors is like, bro, give him a chance. Like, why do you draft Malik Neighbors 6 if you're not going to use him like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson? Bro, give this motherfucker the ball and let him see what he can do with it. Like,
I couldn't agree
and
more.
some of that's play calling too, though. Some of that is on Daboll with the play calling. Like, the O-line was fine early, but they had their moments where they were getting after him. Like, okay, screens. You know what I mean? Like, run the ball. Like, do things to help your terrible fucking quarterback that
you know who makes
morons believe in for some reason.
You know who makes good decisions though? Patrick Mahomes.
But you're talking about offensive lines. If I'm going to talk about, well, he's from the early games because I'm not really watching the late games. Jacksonville's line, they picked up these 3 dudes from college.
Hey, Jacksonville was playing good.
We still beat them, but Jacksonville. That was a plug. Sorry, but Jacksonville's line though looks amazing. Like right now, like. On that note, Al, do you have anything to say about Tyree getting pulled over on the way to the game?
I did want to bring that up. Like,
That's
so
funny.
I had a feeling.
I'm hearing 5 cops, knee to the back.
Yeah, and they're from Jacksonville. They're not Miami, Florida State Troopers or something. So Sean, in case you don't know, or Marcus or Al, whatever. So shortly before the game started this morning in Miami, Tyreek Hill, the star wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, on his way to the game, gets 20 yards stadium and gets pulled over by a state trooper. Now, what we see in the video is the 5 cops with their fucking knee in his back and him on the fucking ground. Like, now, those cops either knew and something's up. Like my wife is convinced that something was going on. Like these guys had money on the game or whatever the fuck ever. They're apparently from Jacksonville. These state troopers were down from Jacksonville helping out. Okay.
Or they were trying to hurt him before the game.
Fucking A, dude.
Wait, where was he? He was pulled over in Miami? They were playing
in Miami, 20 yards away from the entrance to the stadium.
Oh, well, that's a weird situation too.
Wait till you see the video since you haven't seen it.
I thought they were playing because I'm not following. I've been at work all day. I thought they were playing in Jacksonville, which I'm like, okay, they're Jacksonville cops. But no, that's weird. Now that you said that, that's wow.
Cops are down in Miami, quote unquote, volunteering or getting that money on their overtime. To watch for the game, they pull Tyreek over in his Lamborghini. Now, when the video starts, all you see is Tyreek on the ground, face down, on his belly, hands behind his back.
No,
and
that's
goddamn
crazy.
it, Micah, I know we're on live stream, but if you get a chance to edit it in, you got to show it because in the late third quarter, 3-yard fucking bomb touchdown, right? He gets into the end zone, and his celebration is he stands up and does this, and one of the linemen come over and hold him by his fucking hands and walk him off.
That's wild, bro. Honestly, at first I was kind of just like, oh, that's unfortunate. Now I'm damn.
No, outside of he didn't get beat up and they let him go. Like they detained him. Like the report was detained. Okay. And they let him go. So he got to the stadium on time. But let's long story short it. That was like Rodney King minus the fucking beatdown.
No, I'm saying, could you imagine if they were like, he's resisting? It's like, the fuck?
He's like, yo, I'm just trying to get to work, nigga. You know who I am? Like, it was like that.
There.
That shit was great, dude. So, I mean, shout out to Tyreek for coming to the game. I thought he was going to probably show out a little bit more in protest.
Oh, man.
But at the end of the third quarter, when he finally got his first touchdown and he got that 80-yarder and he did the dance and their celebration was he put his hands behind his back and had one of his boys come over and walk him to the side. That shit was great. But outside of that,
that was an amazing celebration.
Fuck FHP.
Dude.
That's funny.
I will say this though. I don't know how it worked out this way, but I'm extremely happy at my fantasy numbers this week. The Chicago Bears defense
So
did
dumb.
great
91
for
All
me.
Bears.
We're gonna have to make an
90.
adjustment here.
There's no need to make adjustments. There's no
Hey,
need.
y'all
You
wanna
know,
play this out?
there's no need.
Something needs to be adjusted.
Watch
You
what
know?
Detroit does to y'all tonight. Then that's why I'm like,
just let me now. Look, as long as the adjustment is made next week, I just need to hold on to this victory.
no, we're gonna ride out this week and we'll make that adjustment. But long
That's
story
right.
Just
short,
gonna go
I don't know-
retroactive and
I
take
don't
away
know
your
what
90
happened.
points.
That's right,
For
Marcus.
a punt return, you're supposed to get 0.04, right? So that's what you're supposed to get. I don't know why it's giving us a point. So you have like 91 points for your defense from Chicago.
That's
Somebody
crazy.
else had like 85. Like there's some ridiculous.
Just fucking crazy.
I had
Maybe
9
an
points
adjustment
defensive,
might
but
not
I love
hurt.
how everyone else has 90, everything else.
Yeah, I was like, what the
How
fuck?
did my niggas have 9 points
Yo,
defensively?
yo.
I woke up, niggas
So
talking about my
Julian got
defense
on
has
there.
90 points.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Julian got on the chat and he was like, wait a second. These motherfuckers are getting curbs stomped and they still scored 80 points. What's going on?
crazy.
Nice.
Who are you playing against
Change
this
the
week,
kicking
Marcus?
rules. How do you guys feel about the kicking rules, Marcus? Al, I mean, I know Sean, you're not as into it, but and I hear from
Yeah.
Juju like all the time. How do you guys feel about these new kicking rules?
I don't like them.
Why?
Dumb.
Why?
They don't need to change the fucking game of football, bro.
I
Just leave
think
it
what
at
they're
it.
doing is they're eliminating the foot part of ball, but whatever.
Well, that was my big thing when you told me, because I was talking to Rick last night and he was telling me, oh, yeah, now they're doing this wild shit where they do this and now they're doing this. I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, did that need to change? Was there a real strong calling for that to be changed? Any of it?
They're eliminating as much of the physicality as they possibly can. Okay, so
I mean, at this point,
like no,
just
watch
give
it.
them
That's the way the whole
flags.
Remember,
point of
for
fucking
Sean,
football.
you played special teams in high school, so on the kickoff when the kicker starts running, right? As soon as the kicker breaks 5 yards in front of the rest of the special teams, they start running. He kicks the ball, and they're already full speed ahead, right?
No.
They've eliminated that from competition because they don't want nobody to get hurt. So you have to hold still until the receiver actually catches the ball. So when the guy over towards the end zone catches the ball, then they can take off running. It almost looks freaky when you watch it because they're standing there like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
So they've eliminated the physicality that's involved. That's what it's about.
I mean, the dude's still going to get tackled.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
the point is
yeah.
you're not going to get your clock cleaned.
I mean, that's
Their premise.
part of the fun too. I mean, I've seen when
Right.
I remember when Eli first came in, and it wasn't that, but he stood up and he just got nailed from both ways and got spun around. It's like, if I wanted to watch golf,
That
I'd watch
was
golf,
wild.
my dude.
I wish Matt was on the
That was
call
so
because we
crazy.
talk about this all the time with basketball. Like the way that the physicality has gone away, they're like, oh,
Well, that's why there was a difference between
no, motherfucker, they would beat your ass.
There
and
was
you
a
had to
difference
think about
between
that.
paddleboard and fucking football. Like, there's a difference between golf and football. There's a reason why people watch different sports.
Correct.
And that really takes away a big portion of why people look, man, at the end of the day, I'm not watching the race to watch a wreck. But when it happens, I'm like, fucking sweet.
That's why I'm watching. You're right.
I'm watching the race to watch for a wreck. I mean, let's just be honest. At this point, they should just give the guys flags.
Look at wrestling.
Right.
Look at wrestling. It's a perfect example. I watch wrestling to see these dudes pull off these amazing moves and to fit the physicality. I'm just saying, but I'm not going to shy away when some dude goes off the top turnbuckle and smashes his face. That's part of the fun. That's a lot of the fun.
Let's ruin the conversation with wrestling.
It always does.
Homelander.
Fuck wrestling.
Hater.
And Marcus, I will never be a fan ever.
Wrestling's had its place in our time.
Ever.
Wrestling's had its place.
You guys got to
bring
take them
this
to a
up
live
often.
WWE event.
I mean, it's a lot more fun than going to a fucking UFC thing. Like that shit is boring as fuck most of the time.
Yeah, last night's UFC was pretty boring too.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was only one good fight. Wasn't a main
Which one?
card.
Which one?
Who was
'Cause
it?
the
Paulo? No, not Paulo Costa. Who was it? I don't even fucking remember who was fighting last night.
Sounds pretty entertaining.
Yeah, because it was. I'm trying to remember the.
But next week is gonna be the UFC event in the Sphere. That
Oh,
card
my
is going to be stacked.
I do want to see a show
Literally every
there.
card.
The
It's
Sphere
gonna be
shows
on
look
Mexican,
amazing.
It's going to be on Mexican.
O'Malley's gonna
Independence
fuck that
Day.
dude up, dude.
He might.
O'Malley's
Marab might wrestle fuck him again, but or not again, but we know
I
how
don't
those
know.
cats are. But
I don't know. I
O'Malley
mean,
does have good jujitsu. Niggas
yeah,
don't
he
know
does.
about
Yeah, he
his
does.
jujitsu, man. He's actually pretty good.
I don't know that Russian might do him in. Is he Russian? I don't want to
Somewhere
be
around
misleading.
there.
He's somewhere. Yeah.
He's part of he's part of that camp.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see O'Malley win.
Yeah, I fuck with O'Malley.
No,
O'Malley's gonna win. Like
he
it's
does.
it's in the cards right
Pretty
now.
gnarly.
He's part of the script. Like
The fight on that card that I'm most interested in is Grasso and Valentina.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a good
she's
fight.
gonna fuck her up, dude.
Who
Real talk.
who you
think
rolling with? You're rolling with Valentina?
I think
I don't
Valentina's
think
gonna win this time?
Valentino can get her. I want Valentino to win, but I don't think she's gonna beat her.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't. Oh man, I don't know. I hate to say it, but yeah, everyone's shit usually comes to an end besides John Jones. So
No, he's
it
gonna
might
win.
be Valentina's time.
I don't know.
But who knows? It's fighting, man. All it takes is one clock, and it is Valentina Shevchenko. So
And if she doesn't make the same mistake with that spin bullshit, yeah,
right.
They
I'd
trying
like to
to
think.
trying too hard. That's how that boils down. That's what I'm gonna say.
Is there any other fight on that card worth talking about?
There's
Not
so
really.
many. I
It's
couldn't.
309, right? I think it's the O'Malley fight and the Valentino fight and the 135 guys. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry.
I don't have my
Yeah,
iPad, so I can't look at it.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm not
saying.
looking.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
want to.
And Matt's not here, and Matt would know.
Matt.
I vote we get Matt to run the
There's-
segment from now
The
on.
entire card is stacked.
always
The
know what's going on.
entire card is stacked.
Hmm.
It's gonna be in the Sphere too. So I mean,
Julian, if
The
you're still
Sphere.
awake when it ends, call me because
Gonna be
you'll be
crazy.
asleep.
nah, I'll be up, man.
The Sphere. Where's that at?
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
That's that big
Ooh.
fucking. That's what I was saying. All the shows there look amazing. It's that big,
that
huge
shit is gonna
sphere,
be
and they project
wild.
4D and shit like crazy 8K 4D onto the outside of it, and they can make it do all kinds of crazy shit.
Hmm.
But the inside is it's in the round too. But I've seen a couple different shows, and they utilize it different ways, and it's super, super high tech.
Wild.
It's really cool. Yeah, look it up after you're done. After we're done with the pod, look it up on YouTube. They've got amazing videos of them putting all kinds of shit on the outside.
And the American Ninja, the new American Ninja Warrior is supposed to be insane, dude. These guys, like, I'm hearing.
I love that shit. Even when it wasn't the new shit, like that show's awesome. Just sit there and get stuck and like just put it on the background. It's incredible. They came to Universal when I was working at Universal, and a bunch of people that I know went over there on their break and got to do like the Eliminator, that big course that they have. I don't know if anybody that killed it, but yeah, they would let people run the course. I was like,
the one of the attractions here in Orlando is called Urban Air, and they just built a new one. So the original is out there on 192 out by Disney, but now they've built a new one in Vieira, which is right off of 95 there, like right before you get to Coco.
I think I've seen it. Is that what that is?
Yeah, and what they put the wipeout course in there. Like you can go out there and run the wipeout courses, the Eliminator.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like 3 other ones. We're gonna go check it out in a couple of weeks. We'll have to give a review.
Call me.
Oh, were you all wrapped up with football, Marcus?
Yeah, right. We got way off topic.
Oh
yeah, I'm good.
that.
Super off.
I'm sorry for the
It's
ass
usually my
that you
fault.
guys are gonna get this week. I apologize. I would be upset, but I'm not upset. Fuck yeah.
Where are you at? Who are you playing this week, Marcus? In fantasy?
You have Andrew, don't you?
I thought Matt was playing Andrew.
I'm not sure. I guess Clifton, maybe.
Oh, you're playing against Cliff.
Yeah, I pretty much done lost already.
Yeah, you were down last I looked.
No, I mean his defense is gaining points as they're getting blown out. Like, so I mean, it is what it is. I'll take
Look,
that L. That's fine.
if you and Quentin are feeling any kind of frustration this week, just understand that it's because of me. Okay, you and Quentin. You guys stepped over the line, man. You stepped over the line.
Stealing players.
You know, when Tyree got pulled over earlier, right? And I seen that shit. I called Cliff. I had his son here. He spent the night. I was like, if this motherfucker doesn't get to play today, it's your fucking fault for drafting him, you motherfucker. Also, we've determined, and you guys can go ahead and veto this. We've determined that we're going to give Matt the first and second pick every year from now on, but he has to pick Josh Allen and whoever is the Giants' biggest nemesis. Because whoever this motherfucker picks in the first 3 rounds goes out in the first week every single year.
Let's talk about the rules you're getting ready to adjust with this special teams and defense or what have you. Okay.
It's supposed to be 0.4 per yard, not 1 per yard. So I don't know what the fuck that's about.
So with that being said, if you're able to make adjustments and changes, you can make the change to where it should be okay.
I mean, I will look into that trade thing, but I don't think it's going to let you. It's going to keep him grayed out.
Be worth 6 points?
I don't think I can override that. No, real talk. So you remember during basketball season how that was every week? Like our top 2 picks stayed grayed out.
So let me pose: can you drop your first pick?
I don't think you can. I think that's the premise to this app. You can't. You can't drop them. Yeah, I don't think you can.
All right. Well, Marcus, if you want, I'm willing to give you Joe Burrow.
But I can I'm pretty sure you and I, as commissioners, can override any of that shit. So if we don't have 3 people vetoing it, we could probably make it happen one way or another.
Well, if anybody goes against that trade, how about we just kick him out of the league and just replace him?
But they crib and beat
I win.
I got people that are willing to play in the league and play ball, if you will.
Now, Marcus, the truth, that's why I'm not in the league, because you guys did that to me this year. Like right off the bat. Right off the bat. Sean's not one to cooperate.
But you won the year before last on a technicality because Denny Hamlin and the whole political thing. But
hey man, look, you had a guy get cloned in the middle of our Super Bowl.
In the middle of the Super Bowl.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. Well, I guess I can't. Screw it, it's live.
It's live.
You're gonna get me now.
I'm telling you that TikTok literally shadow banned me. It continues to shadow ban me because of that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn. But yeah, you can't count. I mean, that's really unmitigated. So that's a weird circumstance. Having somebody cloned in the middle of the Super Bowl hasn't happened before that we know of.
No, that boils down to the league didn't want to have him die on national television on a Thursday night game.
Well, especially not after vaccinations.
Fuck no, especially not when it gets traced back to the vaccinations. I mean,
get that man up. Get that man up.
Exactly.
All right, we'll put him back out there next week then.
It took him a whole season. He didn't come back until the beginning of last year, but
he started his first game. He started his first game today.
But he don't look right. He don't look like normal. I mean,
well, at least now they're showing you. Dude, they wouldn't even show him for like months. They kept showing him all blurred and shadowed. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like all these like clips and stuff. Like
it was wild. It was like they put him in witness protection. Like he was like sitting in a dark room with his face all dark, and they're talking to him. You're like, what the fuck?
Right. And speaking of getting off topic, but still staying on topic, how about all these NFL players that came to Twitter yesterday and the day before, talking about how 5 of her images in the start of NFL season in the video, in the promo video, and then you got 10, 12 of the league on their back last year weren't even in the video, but Taylor was there 5 times. Like they're literally eating this the fuck up. And my wife wanted me to point out to you guys and make sure you guys commented on the fact that her titties grew like extremely. We need to find out. We need a poll. Do we think it's a wonder bra, or did she get a tit job, or
she's
is
pregnant.
She
I told you she's pregnant. I've been telling y'all she's pregnant, man.
I'm telling you, bro. Them titties grew 3 sizes, bro.
Because they're full of milk.
She walked into the stadium the other day. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
You know, I got to wonder if Travis is enjoying that milk the same way Homelander does on the TV show.
I bet he is.
Stop
it.
A little squirt to the face, little wonderful surprise.
Stop it.
Yeah, she's pregnant, dog. And I'm going to be the godfather, by the way.
Nice.
Come on, man.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You getting the Super Bowl ring.
You know, I can only hope.
You gonna be there for the 3-peat?
You know it. You know what's going. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. It's going to be Kansas City. I don't know who's going to.
Kansas City's not going to the Super Bowl this year, bro.
Who's it? Miami?
You want to side bet on that? We ain't got to go to Vegas for this. You want to side bet on it?
I bet you $1. Miami's not going to the Super Bowl, but
$1 to a donut. I like donuts.
Tyreek can be a good boy and not get pulled over, then yeah, y'all can go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Tyreek's going to jail for back child support. Okay, that's what's going to happen.
Too. Probably smacking his girlfriend too a few times. Don't smack Tyreek. I'm sorry.
He can afford that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Child support ain't that much.
Mm-hmm. We'll see about that,
what's
buddy.
going on? Talk to me. Fuck football for a minute. What's going on?
$1 bet, bro. $1 bet. Kansas City going in all the way. 3-peat.
Dope.
A little bit.
Calling the 3-peat.
Yeah.
Is that imaginary right there?
But they're going to 3-peat. Now, unless Patrick gets hurt.
Not happening.
If Patrick stays healthy, they're going.
League's not going to let it happen because they got to keep. Listen, I'm going to break it down for you real quick, real fast. If they allow it to happen, Patrick becomes the GOAT over Tom. They can't let that happen. We need the debate. It's like the Jordan and LeBron thing. They need the debate out there. They need us going back and forth and keeping on watching Patrick. If they let Patrick hit the hat trick this year, there's no debate. They're not going to let it happen.
Now, how many rings does Patrick? How many rings would this put Patrick at?
Patrick has 3, right? 3.
Mm-hmm.
But
so this would be 4
with a 3-peat.
Tom doesn't have a 3-peat.
Mm-mm.
I'm saying, like, I don't want to say he's got a point, but I mean, he's kind of got a point.
Yeah.
I mean,
it will debunk it because they look at their first 7. All right, so look at their first. What do they call it? 64 games or whatever it is. When they compare Patrick has better numbers in his first 64 than Tom, obviously, because Tom didn't really get going until 3 seasons deep. All right, so that's an easy thing to debunk. What you can't debunk is Tom never 3-peated.
Well, and not only that, but to give Patrick it so soon into his career and so young, it would definitely put him as time moves on. I
think part of it though with Patrick, the thing is with Patrick, he's so humble about it all, right? Like,
he's a lot more likable than a Brady.
There's a line between cocky and confident, and he knows how to float that line correct. Like,
no, he's a good leader to his team.
Patrick doesn't come across as that guy who's like, I'm the man, but he comes across as the guy who's like, he's the man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still hate hearing his voice, but yeah, no, he's a genuinely, like, I don't want to say genuinely because I haven't had a genuine conversation with him, but he comes across as a decent, humble dude that's easily marketable.
Right. And I'm just gonna be a dick about it. They just want to make sure that the half black fella stays number 2. And there you have it, folks. Let's keep the pure white boy on top as the GOAT.
They gotta keep them quiet at the top.
Mm-hmm. And let's just keep the light skinned nigga at number 2.
But real talk. The number of black quarterbacks as starters this year.
He's not that black.
Never gonna get rid of racism if we keep talking about color, though, folks. Remember that.
Oh my God, Julian! I swear to God, you're the most racist mixed motherfucker I ever met. Except maybe Al.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa! I am not a
didn't think this
racist.
was a debate. I thought we knew how you felt.
I'm
There
just glad that in the
is.
time that I've been gone, y'all stop pointing fingers at Marcus. It ain't fair.
Oh, we never stop pointing.
It
We
ain't
never stop pointing
right.
fingers at Marcus.
We just haven't been
never
Don't
watching
bring
a
it
lot
up no
of
more.
K
Keep going,
dramas
though.
lately, so it hasn't come out.
No. Marcus got beef with that Asian thing, and that's where I'll be.
Doing that Asian
Hurry
thing.
up and buy.
Wow, that's it. Well, shit, son. You break, you back.
Oh,
Well,
hell, and I rented a party bus. We're good.
he's been turning over a new leaf. He's been turning over a new leaf. You got new shows.
Oh, I am.
He's spreading Italian love on his shirt right now, Al.
He's a man of God now.
Oh Lord. But yeah, man. Fantasy football sucks. I just want to say
Why do you
that.
keep
Get
saying
out
that? Like, I don't get it.
As if his
I'm like,
defense don't got 100 points.
this guy came out of night one. He came out of night one Thursday, Sean, winning, and his first comment is "fuck fantasy football."
Oh,
It
is that? I
does.
saw that on the comments, and I was trying to figure out who it was without really looking at it. I was like, I wonder who's stealing it. It's fucking Al with his 100 points and shit. Fucking
And then look, he
defense.
scored 91 points today with his defense. It was still on some fuck fantasy football.
So
And all
crazy.
that and all that's
point.
gonna change. And all that's gonna change next week.
Yep.
Just to make sure I lose.
In our rematch, Al, I'm dumping you off by 100.
Don't worry.
Yo, I'm gonna order a belt this week. I'm gonna display the belt.
The W belt.
Now, did we decide on that? Are we gonna get a belt? Are we gonna get a ring? Like, what do you?
I didn't get shit last year. I didn't get shit.
And that 70-30 split at the end of the year is minus the fucking ring, because I'll send the next person.
I think a belt would be
and then
dope.
on the belt, I'll cover it this year. We're gonna put the person's name. You know how they put those little placards on the side, so we can count down like 10.
I'm gonna make mine a turntable like John Cena did.
Where you at with it, Marcus? You want the belt or the ring?
Spinner belt. Hey.
No. We pass the belt. You keep the ring.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I told
pass
you
the belt. Keep the ring. We only got to pay for the belt once, but the ring is every year.
Well, if the belt ever makes it to my hands,
2 belts.
That's fucked up. We started wearing a belt and a ring the year after I won.
I'll wear that shit around my neck while you're bullshitting.
Hey,
with
if the
my
belt
cloak.
ever makes it my way, you guys are gonna end up having to buy another belt.
I'm about to spray
You'll need a new belt next year.
Because I'm not passing shit on to anybody.
Al says he's gonna hold it hostage. You gotta win first. You gotta win first, bro.
Whoever wants to get the belt old-fashioned style.
Man, it got dark quick. My fault, y'all.
Bro, come on. Hey, come on down to the 407, bro. The O will bring you in. We don't care if you've been in New York.
I'm blending in, huh?
I thought Julian was calling me dark. I was like, damn, dog.
He's calling himself dark.
Now I am African.
Brother's darkness.
That is Julian at AOL.com.
Hey, man. Comedy.
Oh, man. So, Marcus,
tonight,
before we wrap things up, man, you did wrap up Hellbound?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Sean.
I know you see
it. Yeah. I know you guys see that. Yeah, please do. I know Sean is just getting back into the fold. But
I've been slacking on my Netflix because I've been working. I just kind of, my Netflix had lapsed, and then I looked at it, and I was gonna fix it, and then I just kind of went on living for now. But yeah, whatever. There's a lot on Netflix that I've been wanting to check out though. Like I've seen a couple things pop up there where I'm like,
hey, I want to give a couple of shout outs too, Al. Throw this out there. Fall Guy, this new representation.
That's on my list. That's on my list.
Ryan Gosling.
Dude, that looked good. I seen the trailer and I couldn't wait to see it.
And
did you see it?
Yeah, and Peacock has an extended cut of it. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a shot. I
Word.
definitely give it 4. I give it 4 blunts. Was it like some sort of movie that's going to change your life? Absolutely not. But
Well, if you remember the
100%
origins
a
of
lot
Fall
of
Guy,
fun.
it's not supposed to.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. If you remember the origins of Fall Guy, you'll love this. That's the point that I'm making. Like, it's a good movie, but if you got any kind of sense of Easter egg from original Fall Guy stuff, you're gonna love it. Also,
I want to go
Go
see
see
Alien
Beetlejuice.
Romulus.
Yeah, I've heard that's really good. Like, and I've been waiting for a good Alien sequel for a long time. I
but
think everybody has.
it'll be the same premise. You know, you got an
It is the
alien.
same premise, but apparently what they did with it, they didn't, because he started going with the lore, and then they went away from the lore. But this one, they got some really good ideas going, and apparently this one is pretty genuinely, I don't want to say scary, but it's genuinely revolutionary to the plot, I guess. So I've heard really good things.
Look forward to
yeah,
it. We'll see.
Romulus is definitely worth giving a watch.
Nice.
Have you seen that too?
No, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen enough to know.
Got you.
Nice.
Civil War comes out on, what is it, Friday on streaming. And that one was in the theaters for a while. It was supposed to be really good. I heard really good things about it.
That's on the list as well.
What is it?
Yeah, so I've been wanting to see it. I skipped it in theaters, but I will see it as soon as it comes on streaming.
A lot of the stuff I'll skip from theaters simply because people have ruined going to the movies for me. You know, whether it's some fucking douchebag chewing with their fucking mouth open, chewing all loud, or some motherfucker showing up with a bunch of kids that don't have no fucking business watching the goddamn movie that I brought them to.
Well,
Like, just
I think ever since COVID, dude, the state of theaters has gotten sad. Like, when you go in, nobody actually works at them anymore. Now they have a concession stand where there's like one chubby, like 16-year-old with pimples where he stands behind it and kind of like fills things into a plexiglass container, and you just go by, take your popcorn out. Like, nobody wants to talk to you anymore.
I will say the theaters usually have been slow as fuck when I've been going to them after COVID.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody was there, so they manned down, and then they just never staffed up again because it's not. It'll never be back to what it was, which sucks because theater going was dope.
Because McDonald's workers want $25 an hour, so you know.
Hey, dude, takes a lot to fry that burger. Takes a lot. But people have ruined movies. People have ruined movies for me for the better part of 15 years now. It's just like no one has any manners. No one can shut the fuck up. No one can stay off the phone. No one can realize that, hey, a fucking 3-year-old doesn't belong in a rated R movie.
No one can let their bottle of whiskey roll down the front.
If you have a kid sitting there asking you questions during the movie and all I'm hearing you say is shh, we'll talk later, like, one, smack the kid or get the fuck out of the theater. I will
say,
tape that nigga to the seat.
When my niece and nephew were, I think, 10, I think they were 7 and 10, or no, maybe 10, 11. My ex and I decided we were going to go to the theater. We couldn't figure out what to watch, so we took them to see that movie Neighbors. I don't know if you guys have seen Neighbors.
Oh man,
yes. They had a lot of questions. And I was like, now is not the time to answer that. Yeah.
And look, for anybody that's going to say, oh, kids and kids, blah, blah. Look, I can tell you right now, it is possible to have a 3 and a 4-year-old keep their fucking mouth shut during a fucking movie. All right? Because I used to, before they got all tight with security at Disney, we used to bounce around movies, 2-3 movies in a day. With a 3 and a 4-year-old never getting fucking caught.
That's how we grew up, allegedly.
So I know it's possible to keep a 3-year-old quiet. It's just you fucking bastard, And it's those same bastards that chew loud too. When they're like, I shouldn't have to hear you eating popcorn.
Well, it's because you can't discipline your kids no more. You raise your voice, it's considered fucking child endangerment.
So it's just better for me to wait for it to come out on streaming. I can stay at home. I can smoke weed. I can pause the shit if I need to. Like, no noise, no nothing. Peace and
why do you need to pause it now?
Yeah, well, I got a baby bladder, as Marcus likes to say, so I got to pee a lot.
Baby bladder. No, I'll be falling asleep, man. I'll go to the movie theater and fall asleep. Rick's seen me. I slept all the way through a fucking movie. Rick didn't wake me up. He's just like, this motherfucker needs sleep.
And movie theaters tax more than the British do. They be charging 3 times the price on drinks, candy,
£30 to go to the movies.
The reason why that is because every movie theater you go to, they don't own the property that they're on. So the rent that they're paying is fucking ridiculous.
Tw-
So they
20
have
to
to
50
make up
grand a
for it.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't make
they
they don't make
That
they
and
don't
they
make
don't
money
make
on the
money
movie
on
or
the
anything.
movies
20
either.
grand a month.
Yeah, that way, and the way they make their money is purely concession stand.
Yeah.
Like that's it. The movie goes right back to the movie producers.
So it'd be
It's
totally
true.
different if they owned the property that they were on. If they actually owned the building that they were in,
Well, they have
they
a terrible
wouldn't have to.
business model.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, essentially.
They're literally
them-
ran by Hollywood, so
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, man, we'll wrap things up with all that. Next week we'll again, I don't know if we'll be at the home office, so I don't want to tease that one particular topic. But again, once we do
Oh,
get
your
to the home
background
office,
is absolutely beautiful right now. I just want to throw that out there.
oh, you can see what can you see back there?
I see the window. I see the
Is that a economy away from
you're in
home?
like
Is that a
Seattle or
hotel?
some shit, right? You're in the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm out in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's daylight out there.
Yeah, in Washington. There, you can't see
Nice
JoJo
little-
anymore either.
Nice little hotel room.
no, I activated
Yeah.
my camouflage.
Don't let the window fool you. Don't let the window. We can't afford nice hotel rooms yet.
we all getting there.
So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
window's
yeah,
locked.
yeah.
That's what you're saying. There's no balcony.
Basically, it doesn't slide open. Okay.
No, don't slide over. I wish it did, because I'd be smoking like a motherfucker in there. But no, it doesn't slide open. But thanks for joining this live session of the Blunt Lab. We appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Please comment too. We don't mind that.
Right.
We love
Commenting really
comments.
helps too. Actually, yeah, it does.
Yeah, because who knows? We might bring it up in one of these episodes. Chat about it.
If you comment nicely, I'll bite.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And
make a funny enough comment or something. Hey, yeah, like Al said, it might get brought up in a damn episode, man.
you know what I
You never
mean?
know.
I look
And
forward
again-
to the Halloween episodes we got coming up over the next month. We're gonna get spooky like we do.
I hope to be here for those. Those were fun last year.
Uh-oh.
Those are fun.
And I want to talk
Michael
about
Myers
a new
is the
show.
best slasher to ever exist. Let's go. Speaking of spooky
Yeah.
season.
Because we're going to be talking about Hellbound, which really isn't Halloweenish. I would kind of. What would you label that as, Marcus? What would you label that show as?
Horror.
After
It's still horror.
you would consider it horror?
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
psych. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
It's
sci-fi. It's
sci-fi
not
horror.
horror. It's somewhere in between the two.
Yeah, I agree with Rick. Sci-fi horror.
Would you throw the religious aspect in it? Would you throw?
It's definitely spiritual based. Yeah, it's definitely based on spiritual entities type
Yeah.
stuff for sure.
Wait, we'll
Tune
definitely
Tune in, definitely tune in. We'll talk about it.
tune in. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Hellbound, and I don't know how much more they're going to keep dragging this, but Daryl Dixon has a new show. He's in France, apparently.
man.
That's
Wife
been
and I have been
on for a
watching
little
it.
bit. That's been on for a couple
Not terrible.
months. I'm just like, when does it stop?
Yeah,
I
I've
only
watched
slept
about
through.
2
I
episodes
only
of The
slept through
Walking
some of
Dead,
it.
So.
Yeah.
I feel like an actor of his caliber should have other things to move on to.
It's money,
Right.
dog.
Like I know he's kind of pigeonholed now, but
He could be
shit.
Ghost Rider in the MCU.
Right.
Do it.
I heard that he might
Do
be
it.
some Ghost Rider, which would be dope, but not if he keeps on playing this fucking character.
He'd make a
I will
really
say
good
this.
Ghost Rider.
I
don't care what no one
watched
says.
I watched the first 3 episodes. I'm going to finish it up. Zombies are zombies, but for some reason, the French zombies just look more filthy and disgusting. I don't know if that's just. I don't know if that's me, but
Well,
Racist.
number one is because you're racist. Let's just keep it real. You're racist.
That's
And
just
number
me.
two.
Well,
you're
you know
right.
they don't shower as often.
It's the
That's
accent.
just
it's
me.
The accent. It's the accent. Straight up. It was like trying to watch. What was the name of the one? With the fucking mutants. Oh, the black guys. With the sickle cell. How
Supercell.
Supercell. How you can't take it fucking serious because like hearing the things that they're saying in the accent they're saying it. I that's kind of how I feel when I watch this one. So I smell what you're cooking. I smell what you're cooking. Let me hit it.
Croissant at one of them, and they'll just one of them French.
Oh no! Wait! Marcus, do your impression. Go ahead. Tell us Frenchie.
Everybody loves that French shit. That's
I
just
do
stupid.
not deserve love.
I don't
That's-
deserve.
They deserve to live.
I'll never get tired of hearing him be made fun of that season. That season was just such a bitch, and the way you hit him, I couldn't.
Those facts. That was facts.
Yes, but again, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, let everyone know, comment. We'll let you guys know what's going on for the next episode. I am Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Sean, Rick, and Julian. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.